Baking is a science. Get one ingredient or measurement just off a little bit. It could be costly for a bakery, but baking is also fun. Kids love to help when you do it in the kitchen. Just look at all the easy bake ovens that get sold every year. Yes, Betsy, Megan had a easy bake oven.
Of course she did.
And she still does.
Well, cooking is chemistry, if you think about it that way. And when the kids are in the kitchen with you, they are learning math and science. And as far as making it bigger, better, faster, and more, well, we're going to take a little road trip down to Cuyahoga Falls, where they've been doing that at Main Street Gourmet for years. Behind these doors in Cuyahoga Falls,
that's sugar, right? Yeah.
a lot of sweet science is happening at Main Street Gourmet. Muffins, cookies, brownies, and cakes, all custom made for restaurants, coffee shops, delis, and grocery stores across the country. Main Street has over 350 different products that started in the food lab. But forget the measuring cups you have at home. Scales are needed here.
We have to be very, very precise. So everything is based on a weight, and sometimes in the lab, it's carried out to a couple decimal points.
To create a new recipe, the lab mixes up a 5-pound batch. Then it's scaled up to possibly a 1,400-pound batch for production. But sometimes it's not that simple.
It's happened to me before where it mixed fine back here and I mixed it out there, and okay, test number 2. Test number 3. So we might try a little bit different mixing techniques, maybe add the ingredients in a different fashion, just to get that same product that the customer wanted.
That trial and error is where the science comes in.
Whether or not something browns, how sweet you want something, all the leaveners, so that things rise, that's all based on chemistry.
Measurements, temperature, and a lot of other production variables are the responsibility of the team leader. Not always easy when you have over 125 recipes just for blueberry muffins. Oh, and chocolate chip cookies, they have 114 recipes for those.
My job basically is to make sure that all of the teams are following the recipe specifically, and then making sure that when it bakes up and when we do take samples that it does look the same throughout the entire run.
One of the biggest challenges is re-engineering a recipe. You start with a product, then you have to break it down into the parts of the recipe. It's that type of work that drew Diane Palish, a food scientist, to this career.
The science and math classes are always so helpful. Fluffy, dense, things that are chewy, you know, it's just a lot of different products that you can make.
Right.
And I would just like to say, whoever put together the double chocolate muffin recipe, oh yeah, oh my gosh.
We would have gladly tested.
Stack it up,
There you go.
I'll tell you what, that's kind of fun to watch. Glad I
That
didn't
was.
want it to be Lucille Ball all over again on the conveyor belt, so I didn't get to go down for that one, unfortunately.